From Careco TV, one of the longest-running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week, Americana Outdoors' Wade Middleton and Jeff Reynolds are hunting with crossbows, which have gained widespread popularity throughout much of the country. Now, crossbows have been used for centuries, and now, with modern materials and manufacturing methods, crossbows have immensely improved on their performance and ease of use.
Crossbows are such an exciting way to hunt, and they've literally swept the nation here recently on people that are picking them up, enjoying to hunt with them. States across the nation continue to open up more opportunities. More and more people are shooting them. Women, children, very seasoned hunters, first-time hunters, they all like it because it is deadly accurate and it's exciting to get game in that close, and we're gonna spend some time talking about crossbow hunting. Me personally, I started crossbow hunting probably a little over a decade ago, and during this entire time, it's become another one of those ways that I love to hunt with.
Smoke that stuff.
Conditions are pretty good right now. The temperature, it's falling. We've got a cold front getting ready to come in. The rut, it's just kicking off. We're starting to see signs of scrapes literally all over the property. Everything you can imagine about the rut, it's happening right now. You know, strategies for hunting, mature whitetails during the rut, to me, you want to hunt a group of does. You want to find an area where that is definitely going to have some does at it, which means, a couple things. Number one, hunting around a food source, whether it's a man-made food source or whether it's a natural food source. Hunting around water would be another opportunity, having the does come through, getting a drink. But one other thing that I like to always keep in mind during that time of the year is I want to find some very, very thick cover near their places where the does are going to be seen at, whether it's feeding or getting something to drink. I believe that does, they really look for a place where they can get isolated, they can get away from all those bucks, because those bucks are running them to death. They're constantly chasing, they're constantly harassing them. And so if you can find a place where that doe is gonna bed and then sneak out to get a quick bite to eat, sooner or later, you're gonna find a big buck in that area. It's easy to sit here where I'm sitting at this chair and hunting the properties that we do to look at certain deer and say, you know what, we're gonna pass that deer. That's a totally different scenario for a lot of people out in the world. If they would have seen that deer at 9 out of 10 places they're hunting, they would harvest them. But this 10-point came in fairly early after we'd been in there, and he kind of took a dominant role initially. There were several does passing the area and several young bucks, and he's running them around, chasing them around, everything. But because of the scouting cameras we'd been running in this area, I knew there were several deer better than him. Now, this is a great deer. And in your mind, when you start passing a deer, you open yourself up for all kind of questions, down the road. Will I see one better? What's gonna happen? But I just felt like this wasn't the most dominant deer in the area, and he wasn't the deer that I was most excited about from looking at the scouting cameras. We got a couple different lanes here we're primarily paying attention to. The one lane that really kind of follows the bluff is it's gorgeous down there. There's like a little green strip, and there's a major trail there with rubs and scrapes and all kinds of deer sign leading back, up into what's probably a large bedding area. We just don't go back up in that area much. I don't honestly know what all is up in there. And off to the right, it's kind of an old rocky ridge, and that this part of Texas is famous for. And, I'm looking to the left, and all of a sudden, Jeff, I just see that finger. And I've learned through the years, when he starts pointing one direction, I better kind of ease that direction. Something's over there. And I'm looking to the right, and there was no doubt. Immediately when I saw that, we had a mature deer there and a deer that I was going to get excited about possibly taking a shot at.
We'll find out if Wade will have a chance to pull the trigger on that big buck when we come back. And to learn more about 10-point crossbows, visit 10pointcrossbows.com.
The art of the hunt is not painted with a broad brush. Its eye is in the details. The note on the refrigerator, a set of broadheads, tried and true, the well-worn boots, soaked in doe estrus, and a Garmin Rhino, the only GPS with two-way radio. Clear the rhubarb out of the freezer. It's whitetail season in rhino country.
Say pull all day long. For $55, you can load up without shelling much out. Herders target loads by the case. Great price every day. Only at Cabela's.
The full line of Yamaha ATVs and side-by-side vehicles with class-leading durability and reliability. All real-world tough.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Garmin Verb. Life, camera, action. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Yamaha ATV, real world tough. And by 10-Point Crossbow Technologies. Perfection lives here.
You know, crossbow hunting is something that has become very widespread in popularity. Whether you're a seasoned hunter just looking for another way to go hunt, or you're a first-timer trying to go hunt for your very first animal ever that you harvested. And there's a lot of different models of crossbows available to suit a tremendous amount of different budgets, needs, styles, and physical limitations and capabilities. One thing that excites me about crossbow hunting, though, is still that up-close action, that personal feel, that very intimate type of hunting that you get to do when you grab a crossbow.
And for these particular hunts, Wade and Jeff choose to hunt with one of the most popular models, the 10-Point Turbo GT. For years, the Turbo crossbow has been a staple in the 10-Point lineup. The Turbo GT features the Fusion S stock, configured with optimal comb height and an adjustable butt plate that adjusts to one of two fixed positions for perfect length of pull. The Fusion S stock uses strategically placed cutouts in the foregrip and buttstock to reduce weight and improve handling and balance. Focused on safety, the cutouts in the foregrip also encourage shooters to wrap their thumb and fingers through the foregrip and keep them safely below the flight deck. In addition, the foregrip is backed up with glass-reinforced nylon safety wings fitted on the stock above the grip. The crossbow's supercharged 175-pound XLT bow assembly measures a compact 13.5 inches, axle to axle when cocked, making it easy to handle in those tight tree stands or ground blind spots. Its fully machined aluminum riser is fitted with 11-inch isotaper limbs and powered by MRX cams and D97 string and cables. Assembled, the Turbo GT measures 35 inches long, weighs in at only 6.5 pounds, and shoots up to 360 feet per second. The Turbo GT also comes standard with 10-Point's 3-power ProView 2 scope. And like all 10-Point crossbows, it features our DFI, dry fire inhibitor, and a 3.5-pound auto-engaging safety trigger. The model is available with or without one of 10-Point's 2 patented cocking units, the AccuDraw or AccuDraw 50. It's pre-sighted at the factory and ready for the woods.
You know, the rut, anywhere you go, creates an excitement level. People talk about it 12 months out of the year because it's something of a magical time. You know, everybody has that belief that this deer that nobody's seen ever comes running out of the brush, chasing a doe, and presents itself an opportunity to harvest it. And that is absolutely could happen at any given time on any hunt in any place in the United States. But it also can be one of the most frustrating, difficult times of the year to hunt if you're a person that patterns deer. And the reason why, when the rut goes on, the patterns are totally out the door. You know, I've long been known as a person who likes to hunt with a wide variety of means and methods. I mean, if it's legal, I want to hunt with it, but you have to understand the limitations of each item that you're taking to the field. And so from a crossbows scenario, I'm deadly accurate and confident out to that 40, maybe even 50 yards in a perfect shot, but you still got to get that perfect shot. The deer's got to give you, you know, what I call the opportunity to make a guaranteed lethal shot. And I don't like to rush a shot unless I'm perfectly confident what's going on. And this was a buck the entire time that he was out there that was not giving me what I needed. Anytime a doe got within 10 or 20 yards of this area, he was taking her off in the brush. So, I mean, and this went on for a good 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden it was like the big buck, the one I was looking at, caught sight of that 10 point and began to posture. He moved way a totally different direction, and kind of almost a stare down began to go on. And the 10 point, the smaller deer, he's kind of sliding actually right at the blind. I mean, it's like he's gonna climb inside the blind to get away from this other buck. The buck that we're trying to get, I mean, he's just staring at him. And then here comes this little doe that just kind of walks in front of him, and he gets distracted, and the next thing you know, he's on that doe and he's coming out in the shooting lane.
Holy cow, that gets intense. You can hear them running, you can hear them grunting, you can hear them fighting out there. I mean, there was 2 little spikes out there that tangled up. He went over and attacked them, threw them off. Yeah, I love a December afternoon when the rut's going on in Texas. That's why I call it home. Whew. I think I smoked him. You can see the lighted knock right there that we shot out of the 10 point. So we're gonna ease up here, take a look at the blood. The shot felt good, looked good. I was rock steady. I mean, I think I would just, crushed you right through the heart, but you never know till you get up, look, and see what you got. I mean, as you would expect, I mean, it's just sticky and covered with blood. I swear he went this way,
Right
Jeff.
here,
Yeah. There's blood. You know, when I was watching the deer run off, I mean, you could see him. I could see him go this way. You can see it on these prickly pears right here. That's looking good. We're gonna keep going. That whole cactus is just covered with blood. I see antlers, boys. I see antlers. Look at those twos on that deer. Broke off fighting. That doesn't surprise me because this guy here is a bully. Look at that deer. God. Look at that right there. We sit and watch this guy just chase everything around. We took the 10 point into the stand tonight, and this is the end result. We had a phenomenal hunt. If you like rutting action, you had to like what you saw today. Thank you, Mr. Buck. You're gonna eat great, and I'm gonna hang you on the wall and enjoy looking at you and remember this day in the field. That's what it's all about.
Well, coming up, it's Jeff's turn to have fun with 10 Points Turbo GT.
Man versus nature. It's a tale as old as time. An external struggle, pitting the hero against an animal in a battle of strength and wits to see who'll come out victorious. Will you accept the challenge? Performance Center by Smith & Wesson. Performance when it matters most.
Incredibly compact, perfectly balanced, deadly accurate. Shooting 340 feet per second, the reverse draw Vortec RDX is performance engineered to take down big game. Horton by 10 point. Adrenaline fueled.
The thing about public land is that most people hunt the same old beaten path. The thing about you is, you're not most folks. Introducing the new TC Compass, only by Thompson Center. Follow your own compass with America's master gunmaker.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is brought to you by Smith & Wesson Performance Center. Performance when it matters most. Purina Quick Draw Mineral Blocks, a difference you can see. And by High Viz. See what you've been missing. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors. We're at our deer camp in Bracketville, Texas for crossbow hunting during rutting season.
You know, it's always fun to get out and go hunting, whether it's yourself or your friends, family, whoever it is. And you know, a couple times a year, I get to grab the camera and film Jeff. You know, Jeff films a lot of the hunting and fishing trips that I go on, and you know, he's in front of the camera for us on Americana Outdoors and Whitetail Diaries and other locations as well, and so it's fun when we get to go out.
You know, on the first hunt, me and Wade go out to a place we call the amphitheater, and it's in an area that the ranchers use a lot. So the animals there are used to noise. There's a water trough. It comes from a big cistern, a windmill just up the road, and it's what they use to water their cows with.
It's a good rocky ridge. It's a main road. There's mineral blocks that are constantly laid out for the cattle that are in there. And we've actually got a free choice on-demand protein feeder that we feed Purina Antler Max through most all the year. We generally don't use it during deer season, but it's in the area as well. So you've got all of these great variables there, and not to mention just a great mix of game.
I was excited. You know, I knew we were gonna see animals. We always see them there. And lo and behold, we do have a shooter buck come out, but just nothing ever got right. We couldn't get him in the right spot, couldn't get a shot at him when the camera was on him. Just, you know, it's just one of them deals when you're filming. And here comes this pig. That is always, if you get a chance to take a pig, I mean, we're trying to eliminate them, because pigs are the most destructive things that I think there's ever been. They tear up your ground. Farmers, ranchers, hunters, nobody likes them. Piggy, piggy. He was 38 yards, is exactly where I ranged him right before I shot. And I'm like, I got this. I mean, I know what this crossbow will do. I'll shoot the 10-point crossbow. I've got this, no problem. So I thought I'm just gonna put my 40-yard pin on him and shoot him. What did I do? I have no idea, but I shot right over his back. I missed, clean miss. We played it back and watched. You know, I didn't hit nothing but air. So the next hunt, we go back out to the same spot, and this was of an evening. And evenings in this spot are really good, because normally the evening, the deer are hitting the water a little bit better and just a lot of stuff moving around. It's during the rut, so a lot of bucks moving in and out of this area. As we sit there, you know, the deer start coming out, and then here come the cows. They walk out there. Not only did they just walk through and they're crapping and peeing everywhere, I mean, they're bedded down.
She just lost 25 pounds. We're getting out of here before it gets dark. There's so many landmines out there.
I mean, no self-respecting good deer is going to get out in the middle of a herd of 20 or 30 cows out there. So you're just kind of sitting there, you know, biding time, letting things go as they go by. But there's kind of a theme to this hunt. You know, we've got missed pigs, we got cows, we got, you know, forgotten equipment, we got excuses. I don't know. Jeff's world is just a little off right now.
So we set it out. We thought, deer are used to them. I mean, they live with them every day. Well, deer did come in. Here comes a shooter. Can I get a shot at him? Nope. Cows are in the way, just everything's going wrong. Then, here comes two hogs. I'm like, oh, a little redemption right here. I'm fixing to get this one. So he gets right in the perfect spot, 35 yards. I shoot, goes right underneath him. I'm thinking, what the heck? After looking back at the footage, there's a limb right in front of him, just a small twig that you can't hardly see that I hit, and you see the arrow go straight down. And I'm like, well, no problem. I mean, I didn't hit him. It went underneath him. You know, it's better than wounding an animal.
Everybody misses. It's just part of hunting. It's part of shooting. You're gonna miss. And of course, I've, you know, got to tease him, got to have some fun with it, because he'd do the same to me. You know, so we go back and, you know, he's sighting in, he's trying to blame it on the crossbow, but I grab the crossbow and it's a perfect shot. And I'm like, dude, you just missed. Deal with it. Live with it. You just missed.
Well, so far nothing has gone as Jeff has planned. Coming up, he moves to another setting and is hoping that luck will be on his side.
Protect it or lose it. Protect it or lose it.
Protect it or lose it.
Protect it or lose it.
Protect it or lose it.
Protect it or lose it.
We plan all year for this. We hone our skills. We have confidence in the gear we choose. When the time comes, will you be ready? We're giving away 10 DS4K models between now and the end of the year. To enter for your chance to win, text STEALTH to 59262.
The Bubba Blade 4-inch gut hook, featuring Mossy Oak Breakup Country, fashions a high-carbon stainless steel blade built perfectly to meet your needs. Designed for effective precision cutting, the famous Bubba Blade handle, featuring Mossy Oak Breakup Country, providing ultimate control when harvesting your game. Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, has been brought to you by Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker, Grove Tech, Go Hunt, we'll carry the gun, and by Sawyer Products. Sawyer, we keep you outdoors. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors.
Well, for our next hunt, Wade's got another plan. He's like, hey, why don't we go to the observation blind? You know, let's go try that out and see what's going on there. I'm like, cool, you know, it'd be fun. Go sit and got a Hercules box blind sitting there, and man, these things are super cool to hunt out of. Big, spacious, plenty of room. It's got long windows, you know, running up and down. It's got wide windows. I mean, you can shoot a bow out of it. You can shoot a crossbow, a rifle, anything you want to shoot out of it, you can. As we're sitting there, Wade looks out across this field and he says, there's a big one out there. So I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I see him, it's a good one. It's a nice 10 point. He's on a doe. Well, when they get like that this time of year, you know what that means. I mean, 50-50 whether he's gonna come by you or not. It's just wherever that doe's gonna go. He starts working his way around, just kind of milling around there, checking, you know, every doe we got around us. And finally, he comes around behind some brush, following this doe, and I kind of lose him for a minute, and I'm thinking, he's fixing to step out right here where these other two are. That's 37 yards, perfect. I mean, I got this. Sure enough, he steps out right there, broadside, looking the other way, puts his right leg forward, which is the side I'm shooting him on. I mean, just opens that heart up. I'm thinking, I got this. This deer's done. I have no idea what happened. I see the arrow take off. We're shooting lighted nocks. The arrow just flies and just keeps going. I'm thinking, what just happened? I know I didn't miss that bad. There's no way I shot that in the top of them bushes 10 foot above his head.
I don't really know what happened. I see that lighted knock. It's like, Houston, we have ignition. That bolt's going perfect at it. And the next thing I know, Houston, we're aborting. One of two things had to happen. We either had a fletching come off or we had a broadhead, mechanical broad, deploy and fly.
This arrow takes off and just turns and just takes off into the sky. It's like Mother Nature said, no, 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 not today. You're not getting this deer.
That deer didn't have any idea what was going on. I mean, he took off, he ran, but it's still a miss. We're still gonna razz Jeff on an 0 for 3. So that's an out in baseball, in case you were wondering.
Well, you know, we've all had them hunts that we never forget. You know, the great hunts where you harvest the big animal. Then we also all have them hunts that you would like to forget. You know, the mishaps, you know, everything that could go wrong went wrong. And although this one wasn't that bad, and I might mention, no animals were harmed during the making of this video. So, but it was one of them trips that, gosh, I mean, I just couldn't get it done. If something could happen that went in the deer's favor or the pig's favor, not mine, it happened. what do you do? I mean, you just chalk it up to a lesson learned, say, hey, I had a great hunt, had fun, seen some deer, seen some hogs, I missed a lot. Everybody has something to talk about. Everybody give Jeff a hard time, which they already do anyhow.
For in-depth stories from the fields and to watch any of our previous episodes, visit our newly designed and easy-to-navigate website at AmericanaOutdoors.com. Hey, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.
Many said that we were just obsessed when we started, that there had to be an easier way to smoke food. As time passed, the Bradley family created a lineup of Bradley electric smokers that has made it easier for the novice or even expert chef to get perfect results every time they use it. Grab yourself a Bradley smoker and take your cooking to an all-new level.
What does it take to make Evercom deer scent? It takes a deer farmer who raises whitetails. It takes mixing the special blend of Evercom, testing each batch.
That smells good.
And then pouring each container. Once it's cooled, each container is cleaned, examined, and packaged for shipping. It takes the finest deer herd and a great team of people to make the best hunting scent available. Evercom from Conquest Scents.
Since 1984, Sawyer Products has offered the most technologically advanced solutions for protection against sun and bugs. Sawyer Picaridin insect repellent is effective against mosquitoes and flies. It's safe on you and your gear. And to maximize your protection, use a combination of Picaridin with odorless permethrin for your clothing and gear. Sawyer's Stay Put sunscreen will keep you comfortable and getting better protection for even longer. You're already outdoors. Sawyer keeps you there. High-Vis Shooting Systems knows that your shooting performance matters in all conditions. All high-vis shooters experience faster target acquisition with our durable LightWave sights. Featuring easily interchangeable light pipes, LightWave sights give your eyes the exact sight picture you crave. Shoot high-vis. See what you've been missing.
When you're out hunting, make sure you're carrying GroveTech. GroveTech is designed specifically for the rigorous demands of the hunt and sets the standard for strength and ruggedness when out in the field. GroveTech products have simply built the best tools for the job and are proudly made in the USA. Go hunt. We'll carry the gun. GroveTech.
Engel's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Engel coolers. Go with the original.
Purina's Quick Drop is the perfect solution for attracting deer to your location and providing them with the essential nutrients that will encourage their growth.
Use these blocks where you can, and I promise you, not only are you going to see more game, but the game's going to benefit from you placing it out.
You work hard to put feed where you need it, when you want it. And thanks to our patented SpinTech spinner mechanism that elevates up and down, you'll no longer have feed go to waste due to wind or unwanted varmints. When the motor is shut off, the spinner plate is automatically pushed up tight and sealed against the hopper, protecting your feed. Stop wasting your time and let the SpinTech technology work for you.
Image 360 at Round Rock provides professional graphics to businesses and organizations. Our professional team works closely with you to maximize the creativity and visual impact of your design. We do indoor and outdoor signs, banners, vehicle wraps, three-dimensional signs, window graphics, trade show displays, and more. Contact us today to significantly boost the visibility of your business with Image 360 in Round Rock.